restart it once the game gets past the loading screen. Yeah, okay. So ready. Go. Okay. We are at match point, ladies and gentlemen, for Licorice Coke. Global permission error, come on. Alright, well, it doesn't seem to have affected the game in any way. Ready? Okay. Getting started with game number 3. Game number 4 is getting started for the finals of the official 1v1 tournament for Squadron Tower Defense. The winner of this will, of course, get their own in-game trophy or statue with their name on it, saying the winner of official tournament number 2 or 3. Technically, I guess it's number 3. Squadron Tower Defense. Good, stream hasn't crashed. Always good to know. And we're at match point. Licorice Coke up 3-0. Grimsley is going to have to make quite the climb to get back into this game. And both players opening up with sprites. Standard opening. Of course, they could have gone with the ENT Ranger, but that will leak to 2 Lings or a Marine. But Sprite's overall safer. Also lets you eco a little harder in the early game. But yeah, as I say, so let's think back to game number 3. Grimsley sent a lot of eco sends, making Licorice Coke leak each wave little by little. But Licorice Coke, with his upgraded SS, just saved up for a big bomb on 19. And because Grimsley used up his gas, he also sent basically the same size gas bomb with 19. Both players had similar army sizes. Since Grimsley went for the same gas bomb size, I mean, he wasn't really able to make Licorice Coke leak enough that he needed to up his SS more than just the sub-cannons that he had upgraded. So definitely not the ideal strategy, as it turns out, to go up against a player who has upgraded his sub-cannons. And now we're on game number 4, match point for Grimsley. Licorice Coke going for the double carrion splitter. Grimsley going for the Bone Warrior carrion splitter. Both should hold a zealot. We'll see. And looks like one of them is sending a zealot. Grimsley is, but Licorice Coke is not. And Licorice Coke's not going to leak this at all. And Licorice Coke will hold this no problem whatsoever. And he will be able to hold this no problem. Like I said, he's now free to drone up, because he knows the most that Grimsley could send on this wave would be 1 Ling. And Grimsley has to worry about a big send from Licorice Coke, because Licorice Coke has been holding on to his gas. And Grimsley opts to go for the Fire Archer. Like I said, Grimsley likes his Fire Archer and Nightcrawler. Like I said before, they're both weak on wave 12, which, as we can see, Grimsley leaked the last game. But so did Licorice Coke. Wave 12 is just a strong wave in general. Licorice Coke sees nothing. Grimsley sees nothing. Wonder what Licorice Coke's gonna use his gas on. He may just opt to orb up like last game. If it works in one game, it's gonna work in the other. It'll probably work in the next game. Plus, he's free to take any risks that he wants. He's up 3-0, so it doesn't really matter what strategy he uses. I mean it does, because he'll lose a game, but he's free to experiment as he pleases. Throw in a curveball here and there. throw Grimsley off his game, maybe something he doesn't expect, get a free win, and all he needs is one win to clinch the series, so he's got 3 games to do it. Or 4 games to do it, rather, since it is a best of 7. Licorice Coke's doing just that, holding onto his gas still, while Grimsley sees nothing. Grimsley might in fact be thinking that Licorice Coke will decide to make another orb, which I think Licorice Coke did in game number 3 with his first gas amount after the Zealot, of course. But we'll have to see. It looks like Licorice Coke is not going to go for an orb. He will in fact go for an Immortal. The question is just what wave he's going to send it. Look, most likely it's going to send it on wave 6, but he might opt to do it on wave 5. Of course, we saw how that worked out for Grimsley last game. Not very successful, but Licorice Coke did have a Daemon, which helped him fend that off. Looks like he's going to hold on to his gas and send it on wave 6, which is, in my opinion, the better way to send it on. Wave 6, of course, has mechanical armor, which is what most towers do the least amount of damage on. And what is Licorice Coke doing? He is making a supply depot. Okay. Looks like he wants to do a supply gas trick, keep his gas below the cap, but he doesn't need to do that. He'll only start losing gas. He gets to like 25% or so, but looks like he wants to go for wave 7 bomb. Probably double aura then, I guess. Medic Goliath or Medic Immortal. It's a pretty big all-in, but I mean, like I said before, he's up 3 games to 0. He can send whatever he wants. And what's Grimsley seen? He's seen nothing. What did he see last game? He saw nothing. And, well, he saw nothing until he saw that Licorice Coke had upped his SS to full RBG. He might be thinking that Licorice Coke is doing the same thing, but oh, this is bad. Grimsley leaks without any sense from Licorice Coke. The 270 army value has something to do with it. You definitely want 100 or so to be safe. And the Licorice Coke, it could not have come at a worse time for Grimsley. Licorice Coke, this leak will give him more time to send Immortal, a Medic, or a Goliath, and a couple of Lings if he wants to. And Grimsley, ooh, he might have dropped the ball in this last game. He's gone up to 3 workers and first speed, and oh, this is really bad. He definitely thinks Licorice Coke has gone into SS, but now Grimsley might not have enough minerals just to hold this massive gas bomb the Licorice Coke has been saving onto. And Licorice Coke, he might be able to send a couple Lings, or it doesn't matter, he can just save onto the gas. Grimsley makes a Nightcrawler. It's going to have to be enough to hold this double aura gas bomb on wave 7. Let's see how he does. And he sees the gas bomb. Says LOL. Licorice Coke gets a Medic, but the real question is, can Grimsley hold this double aura attack? And it looks like the answer is no. He leaks 3 units. Licorice Coke leaks nothing. Good position by Licorice Coke. And Licorice Coke clicks on the security system, sees the 1 orb that Grimsley has done, and knows he's not in any threat of a big orb send with the Medic that he saw on this wave 7. Now Grimsley will be able to clean this up quite easily, but like I said, we could see that snowball effect again that Licorice Coke showed on game number 2. You could see a repeat of that right here. Now Licorice Coke going up to 4 workers. He's not afraid of a big gas bomb on wave 8, like I said before, but I mean, there's nothing much. Okay, he makes a Mercurial and a Proton. So this Mercurial is for wave 9 and 10. Grimsley, he's hoping Licorice Coke doesn't send a lot, but Licorice Coke is sending up some 6 Lings. 7 Lings, nope, still 6. There's 7. And Grimsley, can he hold on to this? Both of his main damage dealing units are magic type. They don't do well against armor type, which only takes 80% for magic, and Grimsley will leak once again. 5 creeps to Licorice Coke, and it looks like this might just be a repeat of game number 2. Licorice Coke going up to 5 workers. And Grimsley, what's he got? Grimsley orbing up once more. Looks like he's trying to go for full RBG. He's in desperate survival mode, but looks like Licorice Coke might just be able to lean on him at this point. I mean, the reason why it's different than what Grimsley did last game, Grimsley did it like late in the game, and Licorice Coke already had his SSs upgraded, so when the big leak came, Licorice Coke was able to defend the massive leak and go for a base trade. While at this point, Grimsley just can't do such a thing. And earlier economic differences in the early game just snowball so hard into the late game. Grimsley looks like he's hoping for an economic send, sees a medic. He's at 405 army value. You normally want 500 or 550 or more to hold wave 9 gas bomb. Looks like even just one aura unit will cause him to fall, and he'll leak 11. And it's not looking good for him. Licorice Coke going up to 7 workers, just like in game number 2. Looks like he might send a couple aura units for wave 10 and kill Grimsley like that. Grimsley orbing up once more, and looks like he just wants to make enough to kill the boss at this point, but Licorice Coke will get a bunch of minerals for the boss as well. And at this point, Licorice Coke doesn't need to risk anything. He can eco send every wave, send some auras every wave, just lean on Grimsley because he sees that Grimsley has invested all his gas into his SS, so he's not worried about any big gas sends to his units. So he's free to have his units. He's getting his 2nd speed, his 8th worker on 499 army value. He's not worried about any big sends, so he can just have the minimum army value, maximum economic value, and just send every single wave until his opponent topples over. But Licorice Coke looks like he doesn't want to do that, putting more into his subcannons.
Complete.
Maybe just experimenting at this point. Maybe doesn't want to eco send too heavily for fear of throwing the game or losing the game like Grimsley did in the last game. But either way, Licorice Coke will definitely hold this wave with no sense from Grimsley, and Grimsley just barely holds wave 10. Well, that's a good thing for Grimsley. If he didn't hold wave 10, he would have no minerals to go into wave 11. As you know, wave 10, all the minerals that you get for killing the wave are in one boss for wave 10, so if you don't kill it, you leak the whole wave basically. And looks like Licorice Coke just prolonging the series or something to that effect. Looks like he's put more into subcannons, going for a thin defense, knowing that Grimsley isn't able to do much about it. No, actually, Licorice Coke is just going to hold on to his gas, going for one final gas bomb on wave 12, 13, 14, 15. Whatever he wants, his next gas bomb will most likely end the game. Grimsley stuck on 5 workers, half the worker supply of his opponent. Same army, basically same income, but as you can see, all the income for Licorice Coke is about to be spent all in one burst to kill Grimsley at a moment's notice. He doesn't even care that he's losing gas at this point, just saving up for one big bomb. And Grimsley doesn't know when it's going to happen, but he knows it will happen at some point, and it'll most likely kill him. Licorice Coke making the Thunderbird for a tank, experimenting with new unit types. Thunderbird usually isn't good, but oh, Licorice Coke sending the Ultralisk on wave 12. And this will tank all the damage, and it will kill all of Grimsley's towers as well. And Grimsley leaves the game. That's GG. Congratulations to Licorice Coke, winning the finals of the official Squadron Tower Defense 1v1 tournament with a score of 4-0, sweeping Grimsley, taking the trophy.